Hey, this is Cam at the West Central Montana Avalanche Center. We are down in the Southern Bitterroot today above Lost Trail ski area on an east aspect at 7,800 feet. So this area has seen some significant snow today. At one point this morning, they received 9 inches over the course of 2 hours, bringing the new snow in the Southern Bitterroot to 1.5 feet. Right now, it's primarily behaving as dry, loose, and sheltered terrain and wind slab up higher where it's being affected by some stronger winds. But with that loose dry, we're already seeing it become a little bit more cohesive and start to act more of a storm slab. We're starting to see some cracking around our skis where earlier it was just trail breaking through loose snow. Primary concern is up top is going to be that wind slab. Those wind slabs are 2 to 4 feet in depth and fairly sensitive. And they're also starting to become buried as we get a bit of a lull in the wind right now, but with continued snowfall. All that evidence of that previous wind loading, those smooth rounded pillows, those obvious wind features are being hidden by this new snow and are going to be harder to identify visually. Another concern we have is this crust in the snowpack. This is that crust with some facets around it we've been discussing in the forecast lately. What's going on there is we're now seeing an increased load on that, and with that increased load, increased stress. So although that layer has been dormant for the last 11 days or so, it started to wake up yesterday at the start of this storm, and with this increased load, it's really becoming more activated, and it will continue to become so as this storm snow kind of becomes more of a slab, and we get a cohesive slab now 2 to 4 feet in depth over that weak layer. What that means is potential for some larger avalanches, as well as any small avalanche in this new snow has potential to step down and do a larger avalanche. Down towards the ground, we still have some facets. This area, they're particularly weak, and although overall we've been seeing them in the rounding process, right here it's still depth hoar. It's still very loose, very sugary, and has potential for a larger avalanche to break out near the ground. We're anticipating the avalanche warning to end tonight, but coming into Tuesday morning and Wednesday, that doesn't mean the avalanche hazard has gone away or is no longer dangerous conditions. It just doesn't meet the criteria for an avalanche warning. As you're out and about, pay attention to those red flags. If you're seeing recent avalanching or just getting audible collapses like whoops or seeing cracking, it's a good indicator it's time to step back to slopes under 30 degrees in slope angle. This instability is going to taper off with time, but it's going to take some time, so be patient with it. There's still some great skiing and riding on lower angle terrain right now, and just give this a little bit of time to settle out. Allow this persistent weak layer, especially around the crust, to be tested so we get a little more information on just how much it's tipped the scales and become reactivated. And that will kind of allow us to kind of give a direction to our decision making over the next little bit of time, the next day, next week, on what the sensitivity of that persistent slab problem is going to be moving forward. Right now, we just don't have enough data on it as the storm is still going on and we're still increasing the stress on those buried weak layers. So with that, let us know what you're seeing and ski and ride safe.